Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Coping with Life. I'm your host, Scott. The beep is gone. I'm happy. So today's episode is going to be about WrestleMania weekend. I'm going to be doing predictions for Stand and Deliver that is going on currently. And WrestleMania Night 1 is also today, and Night 2 is tomorrow. First things first, I hope you are well. Know that I love you very much. I care about you. And know that life gets better, no matter what goes on, and no matter what people tell you, and how they may or may not handle things. It's okay. Things will get better. And, keep on looking on the bright side. So, this is going to be a long one. Because WrestleMania is. Now, before I get into the predictions, for Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. I want to talk about WrestleMania for a bit. WrestleMania is happening in Dallas, Texas. 6 years ago, for WrestleMania 32, I was there. I am not there this weekend. I get to enjoy it from the comfort of my own home. But so WrestleMania has I love wrestling. I don't know why, but it makes me really happy and really something to look forward to. WrestleMania 32, 6 years ago, Dallas, Texas. I did the weekend. I enjoyed. It was, it was cliche, but, it was the boyhood dream come true. I've always wanted to. WrestleMania 19 was in Seattle. I never got to go. But I made it, a goal in life to make it to a WrestleMania. And then WrestleMania 30 was in New Orleans, and WrestleMania 31 was going to be in San Francisco. And about 3 to 4 months before WrestleMania 31, it was announced that, WrestleMania 32 was going to be in Dallas, Texas. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going. And the road to WrestleMania, I was going through a lot of stuff during that time, and I'm just a lot of stuff was happening in my life, and I was determined to make 32 happen. I did not know how. I didn't know, all that I knew, I'm gonna make it happen. So here I am, fixed income, and I'm like, I'm going to make it happen. So logistics, okay, well, how, just how? So as the year goes on, I'm finding myself moving to Dallas, Texas. I moved, I do believe it was January 15th, of 2015, which was the NCAA National Championship between Oregon and Ohio State. I went from Arlington to Dallas, where my apartment was, because for the previous month I was living in Arlington. And before that I was in Washington State. And so then I'm like, okay, cool. I am now in Dallas, Texas. And so come November, when tickets go on sale, I go, and so yeah, that was amazing. I got to see Triple H versus Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 32, which that was amazing. Also, Triple H formally retiring from in-ring competition. I'm grateful. So then WrestleMania 33, which I've talked about previously, where, you know, a lot of people don't want to do things with me. A lot of people, they're now, a good friend of mine, she wanted to go, and we went there, and I've mentioned this many different times. I was not in a good state of mind. I was dealing with a horrific mindset, and, you know, being that time right now, 5 years later, you know, I still, just with the mindset, losing my dad, and then jumping on a bus, then planes, and the unsure and the emotional effect of, what's what is happening. I just, 5 years ago, I was in a terrible, terrible mindset, and I got to enjoy it, and then, the Hardys coming out, and me being ecstatic, as my friend, she likes to say that I became total fanboy, which was a side of me that she never thought before. And she got to see, Undertaker, who was inducted in the Hall of Fame last night. Thank you, Taker. And then you have, Roman Reigns, Undertaker, and I made that weekend the best for her that I could. So I did WrestleMania 32 and 33. But now it's WrestleMania 38. Well, technically, right now, Stand and Deliver is on. So let's go in the predictions. So this is another prediction video. So for Stand and Deliver, for the pre-show match, you have Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane versus, they are the champions, by the way, versus Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Now, my pick is going to be for Toxic Attraction. Have them retain the titles. I mean, I have a feeling that Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai are going to win the titles, but but my pick is Toxic Attraction retaining the title. Then you have Carmelo Hayes, champion, versus Santos Escobar versus Solo Sikoa versus Grayson Waller versus Cameron Grimes for a Fatal 5-Way ladder match for the NXT North American title. My pick is Cameron Grimes. So going forward, you have Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo. My pick is Tommaso Ciampa. Then you have the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. Mandy Rose versus Cora Jade versus Io Shirai versus Kaylee Ray. I would like Cora Jade to win the title. So that is my pick. Now we have... Yes, I am blowing through this very rapidly because we got a lot to get through. Because... reasons. For WrestleMania, I will have more time to speak, but as Stand and Deliver is currently going on, I want to get my pick in first. So for the NXT Tag Team Championships, a triple threat tag team match with Imperium, Fabian Archer, and Marcel Barcel, which are the champions, versus the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius Creed, with their manager Malcolm Bevins, versus MSK, which is Nash Carter and Wes Lee. My pick is MSK, Nash Carter and Wes Lee. The next match is LA Knight versus Gunther, also known as Walter, who they changed his name recently. My pick is LA Knight. And the main event, Dolph Ziggler, who is the champion for the NXT Championship, versus Braun Breaker. My pick is Dolph Ziggler. And it should be good, because Dolph Ziggler likes to steal the show. Alright, so those are my predictions for Stand and Deliver, which, like I said, is currently going on, but using unbiased and, who I would like to win. So, night one of WrestleMania. Whew. Give me a second. Alright. Stay hydrated, everybody. So, WrestleMania Saturday. Now I have a little bit more time to talk about, my ideas. Some I might just move on to the next. I don't know. But WrestleMania has always been very special to me. And I do like these prediction shows. And I'm pretty excited. So these are not going to be the order that the matches are. I just have a list of matches, and I'm going to go through them. There may be more. I don't know. Because, you never know what may happen. Um, so, I will give a prediction first for KO and Steve Austin, even though it's, billed as, a KO show. But I have a feeling that's going to be a match. And so my pick between Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. My pick is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know if they're going to have a match, but I would like to have a prediction just in case. So, Rey Mysterio, for the first match that I'm going to go, that's on my list, is Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul in a tag team match. My pick is The Miz and Logan Paul. I like The Miz. I like the Mysterios as well, but my pick is The Miz and Logan Paul. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss in a singles match. My pick is Drew McIntyre. Which I think should be a great match. Becky Lynch champion versus Bianca Belair, singles match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. My pick is Becky Lynch. So for people who are listening, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are your new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. That was a good match. So good for them. I like Dakota Kai. And Raquel Gonzalez made her debut at NXT TakeOver Portland, which was cool. And now they're the tag team champions, which, like I said, was probably going to happen. But my pick was still the champions retaining. So I am not doing well so far. Going forward, so Becky Lynch for retaining. Then we have the Usos, the Jay and Jimmy Uso champions, versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs tag team match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs are my pick. Then we have the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland, in a tag team match. My pick is the New Day. So now we have the singles match where Mr. McMahon will announce the opponent for the next match. And it's Seth Rollins versus, a person handpicked by Mr. McMahon. And, there's so many people it could be, it could be a Swerve, it could be, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, the rumor had it could be Cody Rhodes, it could be a lot of people, and Depending of the direction, you know, I, I honestly don't know, but whoever it is, it's going to be good. So I'm going to get my prediction out of the way. So whoever Seth Rollins' opponent is, they are going to win. Unless it's like or Hornswoggle or a local talent, then Seth Rollins is going to win. But if it's a person with, name and history behind them, yeah, they're going to win. So the main event for WrestleMania Saturday, which Saturday is an amazing day. You have the singles match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. You have Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Okay then. Ronda Rousey's going over. Yeah, Ronda Rousey. That's my pick. So now we have WrestleMania Sunday. Sunday. Give me a second. I need to get hydrated. Alright. So, for WrestleMania Sunday, Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. And yes, it is the former Indianapolis Colts punter, Pat McAfee, who also has a podcast and does many things, versus Austin Theory. And my pick is Pat McAfee. Then you have Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an Anything Goes match. Johnny Knoxville is going to win. Then you have a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Queen Zelina and Carmella, who are the champions, versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. But my pick is Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, because I like Ripley a lot. And Liv Morgan's pretty cool, because story time, 6 years ago in Dallas, Texas, Liv Morgan had a little match at the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Center during the WrestleMania Access, and Liv Morgan was amazing. I remember standing there, and they got to showcase their talent, and this was a few hours before NXT TakeOver Dallas. So that was pretty cool. So my pick is Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So now you have the Triple Threat Tag Team match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. You have RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Riddle, who are the champions, versus Street Profits, which are Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, versus Alpha Academy, which is Chad Gable and Otis. My pick is the Alpha Academy. Now we have a good match coming up. AJ Styles versus Edge, which that is a dream match for me. And I think 100% it's going to be Edge. It's going to be good, but my pick is going to be Edge. Then you have Bobby Lashley versus Omos. That's OMOS. And my pick is going to be Bobby Lashley. Now, there may be more matches that may happen. But now we have the main event. For the stupendous weekend of them all, WrestleMania. So, main event, winner takes all match to unify the WWE Championship and the WWE Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar, who is the WWE Champion, versus, acknowledge him, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman, who is the WWE Universal Champion. It's going to be Brock, isn't it? It's going to be Brock. No matter how much I want to say, it's going to be, Roman. I'm going with the obvious pick, and it's going to be Brock. It could be Roman, but my prediction is Brock Lesnar. And there might be other surprises, but it's going to be a very, very long days. As WrestleMania weekend started yesterday with SmackDown and the Hall of Fame, followed up by, NXT Stand and Deliver, and then Night 1. And that's just the WWE stuff that they're doing. And there's Monday Night Raw in Dallas as well. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be amazing and interesting. And I did it very quickly. Because I'm excited, and I know I get excited, and I tend to talk fast and be very, very excited when it comes to things that I enjoy. So, instead of forcing myself to slow down, I make sure that I try and be as clear. I have no idea if that is. If not, I do apologize. I'm sorry. But I'm very grateful for everybody, and I'm excited. I know there's a lot of things going on, and being mentally ill and disabled, I'm proud that I'm pretty intelligent for having many mental roadblocks that I suffer from, and finding the gateways of happiness, even though it's far in between. I look forward to things making me happy. My life is a disappointment. There's many things in my life that, are not the best. And I focus on that. With this podcast and, with me dealing with life. When it comes to wrestling and, things that I'm passionate about. It's one of those things where I want to be happy. I want everybody to be happy. And if you're struggling and, just, know that things will get better. And, last week I was dealing with a beep that just drained every life out of me. And the people in my world, the people who, are there for me, they, they withstood the beeps, listening on party chat and, and it, in all honesty, even it drove me crazy and kind of messed me up. Way more so, being, there's many things that triggered and caused problems. There were good things that came out of it, especially big jokes as my good friend, she now randomly will go beep, beep. Especially if I didn't talk or I'm brooding or I'm scowling, being Batman, just being all broody and not talking. But I'm very grateful. And being episode 45 of Coping with Life, as I'm coping with life, and I'm happy. I'm glad that these, you're listening. No matter where you are in the world, you matter. And I hope things come for you and go well and chase your dreams, because dreams come true. Well, I hope dreams come true. If they're realistic. Now, sometimes, I do get, a little negative, even though I try to be positive. It's like, some of my dreams, they're never going to come true. I have to live with that. And there's, I try to be very positive and outlook and, always stay hydrated, drink your water. And I hope, I hope whatever you're going after, I hope you get it. And I hope good things come in your way. And, being in episode 45, WrestleMania weekend, it's something that, makes me smile. I don't know how my mood will be going through this coming week, but for me, I'm grateful, and I just know that all that I can do is do my best, and that's all that I can do, is be who I am, and the cards will fall as they fall. I can't control that, and I have to deal with it, and I'm okay with that. So I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm gonna go and enjoy Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania and stay hydrated. And maybe I might. I don't know. Maybe talk more about things that make me happy. But WrestleMania 38. And WrestleMania 39 is actually in Los Angeles, California. I don't know what I'm going to do with the information, but you know, I don't know, but possibly that may be something that I may want to go to for WrestleMania 39. I don't know yet. Maybe just watch it wherever I may be. That is a year from now. As I stated earlier, this podcast, things change and rapid story, when it came to 32, I happened to be living in Dallas, Texas when it was in WrestleMania 33. I had just moved to California and then uplifted and then yeah then no longer living in California, but yeah. But WrestleMania 33 was, I've mentioned it a few times during my podcast, where, no matter what I was dealing with, I wanted to make sure that my friend had the best time of her life. No matter what I was dealing with emotionally and physically, I was a mess. And, 5 years later, I'm still a total mess. For totally different reasons. For many, many reasons. And things I'm not going to go into. But I'm very grateful that there's some things out there that make me just a child, just a kid, very happy. Like, it's WrestleMania. I'm gonna sit down with my box of dry Cocoa Puffs, which is so me because it has marshmallows in it. And going to just enjoy watching wrestling. And tomorrow I'm probably going to be ordering pizza and have a nice long time watching all the wrestling. So I love each and every one of you. No matter what you're doing this weekend, know that you matter, and I hope dreams come true. And no matter what, is going on in your life, good or bad, hopefully good. And if you're doing bad, big hugs. I'm gonna big bear hug you. Big bear hug you. 6 feet away. Giant arms around you. Care about you. You matter to me. Everyone matters to me. So please be safe. Chase your dreams. And as I like to say, if you're not doing well, please reach out to people. There are people out there who are suffering, and there's a lot of people out there who, if they have a kind heart, and if you trust them, maybe you open up and talk to them. Find somebody to talk to, and know that things get better. Even if it takes 20 years, who knows? My hope is things get better for you. And know that you're loved and people care about you no matter what's happened. Look on the brighter sides. But that is going to be this week's episode of Coping with Life. Mentally ill and disabled. It's actually disabled and mentally ill. I have to remember it's disabled and mentally ill and not mentally ill and disabled. With how my brain works, it is, I get things backwards and I get flustered and frustrated a lot. But coping with life, disabled and mentally ill, because mental illness is terrible, and not everybody is thinks or everybody is different. Everything is if you get to know somebody on a deeper level, sometimes it's a lot better instead of just jumping to conclusions of how somebody may be reacting to certain things. Better communication, whatever it may be. Know that people are suffering out there, and hopefully the best. And I love each and every one of you, and hopefully see you next Saturday for episode 46 of Coping with Life, Disabled and Mentally Ill. I'm your host, as always, Scott. I have the energy, may have many cans of Monster Energy, and Cocoa Puffs with marshmallows. I am hyper. I'm happy. I'm happy because it's WRESTLEMANIA, and being 5 years from my father's death, and I grieved a few days ago, and now I can try and be a lot happier, and WRESTLEMANIA always makes me happy. So thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. If you want to support me, you can go to anchor.fm/copingwithlife, and the support thing. I should, anyway, I love you. I care about you all. Until next week, it is Scott. I bid you all adieu.